on ISO and the control taken, but it's this middle battle for Serial. Looking to find that opening pick. The flash is good, and the pick goes to Heretics.
That's the exact start that they were looking for. paTiTek quick to respond though. Putting things back into an even scenario. The retakes maybe not being the best for Liquid, but the fact is, already a man to the good. They're in a good position here, and Camo strikes, leaving just one standing, but that one is MiniBoo. He's been having an insane tournament, even spots out the last man, but that last man is Nat. Maybe one of the few that could match him, but with an open plant, he will reposition back towards middle.
He goes for the full wraparound. He might not have time. Already put under pressure by that clock. The tap from Nats has to confirm that it's not being diffused. There it is!
Paranoia even there to slow them down, and the second Paranoia has actually been dodged. I think Camo pulled a pistol out. That's a bit of a blip. In fact, a massive blip with one coming up. paTiTek might just be there to save the day, though. Benji so low on HP, but he still wins the fight, and Boo comes up with another, leaving only Serial remaining. He had so many fantastic clutches in the match yesterday and already kicks this one off with a bang. Leaving him facing off against Benji on the other side. 21 HP, but the time on his side.
Slowly ticking away, a patient player. Like you said, that one bullet needed to take him down. Serial has to make the right call though. Spotting out that angle, and he's seen him now, but
that's the whole setup gone.
It is. Both sensors have been tripped. A site's been taken. Response though from paTiTek. He's going to force the fight. Camo's the one to win it. Caught though by the ultimate on the other side. Woots pulled him into a battle, but one that he will not win. Camo's got another, and the A side
even towards the back of the A side, but it's more so once that spike goes down. Are they going to be ready to try and clear him? Cam's still online. So whenever Nats decides, he will get that extra little bit of information. Unfortunately, although the plant will garner an ult, I don't know the From the Shadows is going to be the difference maker here.
This is the way you expect to see the rotations from Team Liquid all the way through spawn. 5 players is what we needed because going through B, it's too much space that they've given up. Nats was even watching for that walk through B to spawn this whole round, essentially. Now playing for the retake, the Paranoia already in, reveal is good. Camo still manages to win the fight through the cage. He's dropped RieNs. And a 4v2 that they're now left in. paTiTek isolated in the spawn, but the spike being diffused, they've got to get a move on and right into the waiting arms.
A lot tougher for Heretics. They're not shying away though, and neither is Camo. Tries to go for that early fight, but it is only going to be the 1-for-1. That is, however, the smoke's gone for the side of Heretics.
Yeah, that's a big spanner in the works for the attacking side to work with now. What a set of rounds from Camo. High impact trade early on, but that last round, even caught by the ISO ult and able to take down Woot. Well, you talk about how difficult it can be to deal with him when he's coming in popping heads, but it wasn't to be seen in the previous. Information off the Cypher ultimate. Team Heretics now know what they're up against. They see these players on site, but they're not deterred. Ultimate pop by Serial. He's going to be suppressed. Can't get that ult popped, and Benji's in with a double. The A site is theirs. Great reaction by Woot, completely denying the what seemed to be safe play for Team Liquid and leaving them with a disadvantage on the retake.
No impact from that annihilation. If it connects, that could have been a true difference maker, and Nat's trying to peek into the dog pick. I don't even think he saw anything before his head was ripped clean off. Nice shot from Keiko. Actually hits the dink onto That's why they wanted to start here. Get things rolling as quickly as possible. Already going to see that Hunter's Fury utilized by RieNs, looking to try and garner the team extra space, but nothing really being found. In fact, from Liquid, it's incredibly passive, knowing that they have the availability of this ult in the retake, as they now look to try and get space off it, and Camo is there once again.
And emerges from the old victorious MiniBoo. Good flash as well. Stops that left side peak, as does the suppress going through. They've picked up the advantage back in their favor. They've got their back secured, and numbers looking down on mid. It's going to be difficult to get that diffuse tapped already by Team Liquid just to get the utility out. But there's more on its way. A reveal in the smoke, and now comfortable that there's no diffuse happening. Team Heretics, Liquid, I think what we saw earlier. Those opening duels didn't go so well for him last time. He avoids the fight with Camo. Keeps the information, rotates around. A side already taken, but Nats has managed to find himself an angle around that smoke. A double pickup already. The spam almost takes Boo, and Serial finishes him off. Another hero play needed. MiniBoo on the site, damn close to it. A three-piece that leaves the 1v1. The ult doesn't land, and benjy has it.
He's currently in the backpack. 3 and 4, hasn't had much to do. He'll set up a dart or two, and now Boo joins the party. This is a slaughter.
Yeah, even more so. Well, this is a guy, sure, he could look at Cloud pickup early on, but he did his time in the tier 2. He was playing on Enterprise for a long time when he probably could have just slotted himself in.
Those people were wrong.
Yes, without a doubt. Ain't nobody thinking they were right. Boo with another, man, of 5v2. This round is looking signed, sealed, and delivered into Team Heretics. Double digits. Almost without a doubt on the board. A big clutch needed, and there's just nothing going there.
Looking like a very different story, even if by some miracle Liquid managed to turn this map. They've already got more rounds than they did in the first 2, and well, Woot's already got that opening pick onto Nats. The wraparound is solid though, really good adaptation from Liquid.
That's what we needed to see. Okay, a 4 versus 3, another pickup as well with Keiko closing up that back, making it through the window and leaving benjy with a very impressive...
Heretics in this sort of form have been a different beast to play against. MiniBoo's going to be under some serious pressure and will be dealt a death blow, but already look at the response. The defense looking to wrap round from behind. It's going to come down to the 1v1. The Cypher on either side, the IGL of Nats, and while benjyfishy, who's been in the finest of form so far this map, will have to face off. He might just slip the net. The cam is holding on the corner. He's been spotted, but already manages to deal so much damage on towards Nats. Will get away with destroying his sneaky little bit of util, and still in his early 20s. MiniBoo under pressure, but you'll never believe it. A clean shot onto Camo. And this is a buy, just so you know. Liquid have invested into this round. They've got the stingers. Maybe trying to take a leaf out of BBL's book, but already a man down.
Boo's on his way up here. He's going to see that trap and try to make a pass. There's a judge in front of Nats. It's a tough fight for Nats, but one that he wins. Boo on the other side, though, has dropped that A defender. Now opening up a little avenue for himself, but he's flanked out by Nats again. A second pick for the Cypher. Serial takes inspiration. Doubles up on that fight and leaves benjy alone. Another clutch needed for benjyfishy. I believe it would be another 3K as well. Time ticking, and the force buy of Team Liquid seems to have found success. Keiko's already been rooted. Great bait by benjy!
Purchase, and on the other side, sure, there's still a few pieces. That Outlaw definitely dangerous here, and just like the last round, Camo is
piece. The economic damage done keeps some of Heretics modest. They've seen benjy, but now he's being spotted in the corner. It's a fight against Nats when the cage falls. Never mind! He's taken him down before! And now...
And Boo at that, there is very little to play with. And a post plant here could be the thing that undoes all of those vulnerabilities. Boo
30 seconds left.
just waiting in case they try and go back towards the other side. He's heard the plant, has the paranoia, but is completely sectioned off from the rest of the team, at least for now.
Wait, it's gonna be a while before he can break through that. Got the numbers to work with. Oh, he's TP'd. They've heard that. They know he's close. The ult is gonna be popped by Serial as well, and he's caught him. That's one player down. Oh, but they've not caught Woot! He walked straight through the smoke that was thrown out just before that sees. Gives them a real chance with paTiTek all alone on the backside. And he's spotted out by MiniBoo!
Response in this map, but they would need a streak even better than what they managed versus BBL. And while, let's be real, this Heretic squad have been a different beast. Nats trying to slip the net, but no sneaky play to be had, and instead they're walking into the Lion's Den. They may know where that Lion is, but dealing with him has been a different story. A quick double already for benjy. And while paTiTek has been able to survive, but
before our eyes, and a lot of aggression from this defensive side. They've got the Yoru and the Jet pushed down on mid. A late play coming out from Keiko. Might be too late to catch them. No, it's gone down.
already 3 coming up for the attack. Very clean
Spike
start to
planted.
this take, ready for the flank to come in behind them, but Boo is still lurking, still waiting around. RieNs currently blocked out by the barrier. Well, getting anything from this point onwards is going to be difficult. Talk about the difficulties at time of that double sentinel when it's on the attack, but once you get into defensive positions, that's when it really has its value. Those post plants can be filthy. And well, at this stage for RieNs, it's all about just finding some extra orbs, getting a few extra credits while you do it, and maybe even earning some style points. You really just don't want to be walking into this guy's crosshair. I think he has some of the highest than other teams.
Here.
Oh, maybe not.
Happier to play for the long game normally, but the opening pick looks very good indeed. One of the rifles, the main one, the Vandal, finding exactly what it needs. The shot landing for Camo again. The third, not quite there, but Serial picks it up anyways, and what should have been a relatively convincing round, one that Liquid don't usually have a lot to say in, one that Liquid come in with a massive disadvantage in terms of weaponry. This is looking like somewhere they'll find a lot of success. Benji, he's being flanked up on, but it's all about timing for paTiTek. He can play this super slow, use the salvos to try to lock in the round, and that might be the best play. Playing the numbers, playing the time, but now he's got it! Oh, I gotta see that cosplay, Tom.
Yeah, I think I also have the head for Hitman, but that's not the point. Operator in play. Woot ready to go, but he's just been wrecked. That was a drive-by. There's not a lot of good places to stand if you're on the Heretics side.
A couple good rounds now. Looks like we're seeing Serial in full scrim form. Oh, what a dodge! Barely avoiding that annihilation. Hunter's Fury sent through as well. Defenders trying to slow down this push, but Liquid still get the space. They take down MiniBoo. They catch Boo coming out of the smoke. Serial with another. And now this round seemingly locked in Liquid.
I felt like RieNs gonna start looking around like, who told him? Who was it? Who told him? Because it is look like a different beast already. 7 and 3. Yeah, I saw that in the moment. I was like, that looked filthy, and it was. Ooh, okay, both the Serials kills. It's not even remotely possible anymore.
Nice shot by MiniBoo. Road to recovery, perhaps. A second. Just as I claim, he's not online. He's been brought back into the fray. And Team Liquid now with a two-man disadvantage. Still, though, weaponry looking very good for them. Abandoning this position, though, will give the chance for some of those defenders to recover those rifles. Well, perhaps not. 4 players on A, and Liquid are walking into it.
Yeah, MiniBoo was sort of the ruse. He was just meant to hold the line a little bit for the rest of the team, and while Nats has tried to be cheeky and been met with a paranoia, they haven't baited out the one thing that is on the other side, and that's the utility, alongside a little... I was going to say doesn't have a way out, but he's waited for the drone, and will... wait, will be forced out? No, he didn't take the TP.
An audacious play. Overstays his welcome. 2 players on site. They haven't been spotted. Never mind. Boo's dealt with. They don't expect the second. RieNs gets the jump on the first, but he's dealt with quickly by the flood of attacking players.
Like as he put it down, because they were around the corner.
Paid. Now, they expected it last time. Do they expect it again? RieNs through the cage has got a double. Nats is staring down that corner. He knows, but he can't deal with MiniBoo.
For a backpack, he has definitely got out of it, and if anything, put the rest of the team in the backpack of his own. I believe he currently has one. The same. Who's got to be careful, but he wins the fight.
A bit more passive with the operator this time.
Revealing area.
Gets his reward for his trouble. A lot of space taken, but it's aware on Team Heretics. They were watching it the whole time. Woot picking off Keiko. MiniBoo wrapping around as they're worried about the op. Misses his shot, and that's okay. Back out of that position, uses util to reclaim some space, and now Woot goes walkabouts, goes looking for the pick, but it's Serial to find it in response. Another for Serial as he's stepping up, but needs an ace to close this round out, suspecting another player on site will give him an opportunity. For now, it's passive play from Team Heretics. Oh, never mind. He's isolated one. He's through the door for another. And now, just one away from the ace.
Has Annihilation online as well. He has the sensors available. Every single piece of the kit is available. Well, Serial and Benji can't really do anything without giving his position away. He's hoping to maybe try and catch him out. But I like this reposition from Serial, realizing that he's going to expect the... Oh, no! People have kills, but... There we go. Immediate TP towards the spawn. They found a gap that's not really being battled for. And it leaves a couple to try and hold this alone. RieNs, with a little bit of help, has managed to find two, in fact, with the Hunter's Fury.
Regardless of the map.
I think that's the talking point. It's like, if they come into this map and come out with a 6-6, absolutely fine. But it's the manner in which it's happening. They're starting to get slammed. Quick push in. Nice work from Serial again. It doesn't seem like he's let that moment get to him whatsoever, having a fantastic individual game. And already MiniBoo is going to put things back in their favor. Serial and Nats, the double Senti need to hold the line, and Nats looking to try and wrap round from behind. It seems, though, that MiniBoo is well aware, even expected him to be in this corner. And now for the remaining two, they could try and bait him in. The problem is, this is not planted in a position that Nats could really do anything about, and MiniBoo, they're going to try and go for it again. I like it. Maybe trying to catch them off guard a little bit with the aggression. Boo, though, it's the same result. Spam through the smoke. He does still get caught by the net, but a completely different position. It's being spammed by paTiTek, and RieNs has gone down. Woot is going to only be able to find one, and now his position's about to be revealed, and while he's pulling out the pin, he will lose his life.
Yeah, great ult that forced him to avoid that snake in the grass play. Now an opportunity for the plant, the post plant looking strong. The ult online for Serial. Probably won't see him swinging out wide with it this time. Playing nice and safe down below. Nats covering him. And paTiTek in main waiting for salvos to come online. There it is, they just came on. So everything for Team Liquid to close this one out. The information sure will come through, and the ult will be popped. Opportunity to use it as well. He's looking in the right direction. Oh, but he's caught with it in hand again! And now, Nats goes down! paTiTek desperately looking to put salvos into play, but it's already going to be halved. They've got time on their side if they can force this peak, and it will be forced soon. MiniBoo, the bodyguard, the man he has to get through, and paTiTek does it!
You're done.
Filthy, and I think especially with the double duelist trying to dive through these setups are going to be so difficult. Well, this time they're not diving through anything. It's an aggressive pistol round start from the defensive side of Liquid, not shying away from a fight. You have to be careful though. A couple of players tagged up at least a little bit, and the kills quickly going back the way of Heretics.
What's going down? But in not too long, Benji's going to have that cam back. And with that available for the post plant, they can play Boathouse. They can just run down that clock and force Nats into a 1v2 fight. Both players 50 HP. And a Sheriff recovered. The body shots, all that he needs, but he's got to be quick against Woot and benjyfishy, a man who had so many 3Ks I lost count in the previous map.
The cam is going to give it away. Second he makes this cross, Benji will have the information, he even has the tag, and they peek him together.
Passive on his site, allow a post plant, and have to fight into it. Give numbers. Oh, RieNs! It's an anti-eco.
Well, yeah, you mentioned he's now 2 away from having that Hunter's Fury already. Incredibly. You'll see Liquid with a lot of lighter buys. Well, this is 4 rifles and a sniper and a very quick attempt. The dart is perfect. It gives Woot that opener.
Has found a big rotation, and only now do you see paTiTek come back to clear mid. 1 spotted, and a second suspected. The B site under pressure. paTiTek
Wait a moment.
almost taken out. And there are weaknesses to this buy for Heretics, but the numbers are the main disadvantage now. A 2 versus 4 that they're left in, and a great read by Liquid. They are all over this.
Yeah, quick response. Nats not being over aggressive, just making sure that he can hold that line, and Benji is all that stands between them and reclaiming their lead. They're actually happy for him to have the site. Not something they're particularly bothered about, and while he's trying to get there as quietly as possible, but the only real thing he's hoping for is a gap.
30 seconds
he has found a massive gap, potentially. 1 down, the second not quite going his way. He's brought Nats low, but that could have been a difference maker. Just trying to find any space that he humanly can. In fact, they are all looking the other direction. And now another one for Benji. Reaggressing into middle. There are a fair few pieces missing in this round, and this Outlaw is as deadly as ever. They're going to go swinging into it, and those are just easy picks for MiniBoo. That's the damage that Benji caused in the last round. They couldn't afford those heavier shields, and while those are the freest kills he might get all day.
That guy deserves an assist for that up on the scoreboard. He's not going to find it, though.
It's got enough.
He'll be, he has, doesn't he? On 12 and 6 at the moment. He'll be happy enough if they win this round. Damage done, and he's dealt with in the end. The spams through the wall from all those players on top mid. Now with 5 versus 2, it seems like the hard work's being done. It's a formality
left.
to attempt to close this out. The cage saw nothing. Little does Nats know that there's a player just around the corner. Boo won't quite catch him. Players on site may well do. 1 for Nats.
Careful.
Much more
Careful.
needed and found. He's down to 17 HP. The space has been claimed for the plant. Wow. Close.
Really don't want to give this man anything. Cam still set up for the corner. Boo sectioned off. Trying to get information to that back site. But they're now just looking to lock in. Ultimate for RieNs, but probably not going to be utilized in this scenario. And now the gap's been found by Keiko, but this leaves Nats still desperately low. They made this one costly, or more so he has. But anything more from here should be an impossibility. On this map, Liquid's choice, one where they were definitely favored. Well, Camo's at least going to kick things off, but the response, even while into a smoke, dashing Heretics away. have almost just got this in the bag.
Well, Heretics already scoring, what, double the rounds on the attack than every other game for Team Liquid on this, 2 other games combined. This has been an impressive display from this attacking side. A big push by MiniBoo. But Keiko manages to slip out of his grasp. That's not quite so lucky as Wu takes him down, and the quick trade as MiniBoo eventually finishes off his dinner. A 2 versus 2 we're left in. A plant needed by Heretics. Hunter's Fury from RieNs already used, but to be honest, him being alive is enough for me to believe. Nice shot.
Surprised we don't see. Okay, Annihilation used a little bit later. He's almost using it just to try and target players, and he has caught one, and will get the second as well. It's finally worked out. And there at the beginning, because of how things were going.
Well, that's Wood hitting his 1,000 kill mark as a DRX attempt. Big push coming through from Team Liquid. Benji's waiting for it. He's already caught 2 on the main push. Is he ready for Camo? He will be if the ult gives him info in time. There is the info. But Camo's moved quickly. Still, enough of a distraction caused on that side that now A is not quite wide open. In fact, the ult is going to stop the further aggression. It's going to cause problems for the player now stuck on site. Never mind. Wood is quick on the trigger, leaving Camo to do it all. He's already picked off 2. And Ace, the entirety of Team Heretics have to fall in his hands, or double digits will be found by Heretics. And this attack side win streak will continue.
His first battle was with the window.
Spike planted.
The rest might be a little bit tougher. 3 to find, and they're just not going to give him anything. A peek here would be an unnecessary risk that you just don't expect to see from players of their caliber. To get aggressive into middle, to no avail. Well, it's a change of pace altogether from this attack side. Nats, he's been overwhelmed in a lot of scenarios. Well, he's overwhelmed again. Wu continuing the form of the last round. 4 in that one, 2 far more high impact ones in this.
Now that off, time to jump. Good in the early round, good when posted up. It has to fight back into the space. It's going to clear all these angles. The trade's not easy to find, but they've caught Benji unaware. The spam off the reveal, not quite working out, but MiniBoo drops Camo. That's the op on the ground. Unlikely to be recovered as they seek to battle it out with the rifle.
Or leaving the Heretics boys at home. This time, a spot in the final awaits, a battle for a trophy, something Heretics have been looking for a long time, but they've still got a way to go just yet. Keiko stepping up alongside Camo. They might be bleeding, but this roster has proven before that until you hit 13, there's no need to get aggressive. You have so much utility, you have the net available. You can even go in.
Somehow, coming into this map, you would not have thought this possible to ask, can they get 2 in a row on the defense? But Team Liquid have had that problem, and it's a great predictive play from RieNs. After the first tag, Keiko is hunted down.
They've used that dimensional drift in tandem to give that opener, removing one player from action, but the trip in a sneaky spot has managed to even things up. Kamo even looking to go back in, reclaim space, get into position once more, turning things back into an advantageous position alongside paTiTek, leaving just MiniBoo standing. They used their ultimates. They threw everything into this one.
And end this round, but they're going to have to use it to clear out space, because this read is through. They can hopefully contain him on that side.
Yeah, I wonder if the giant shotgun is going to be brought out by Serial. Might end up being his demise, but looking to try and run through, clearing the few angles that are left, but you'd hope that this one wouldn't go unchecked. MiniBoo in a bit of a sneaky spot. They've all got past it to already go his way. It's a mistake from Liquid that might just be the end of the map. Kamo trying to bait him in, and MiniBoo has
for them coming into it. Team Heretics on the attack, and a lot of utility waiting for them on that A side. Players just outside. Now they've got a good idea where the hit's coming through. MiniBoo not deterred by that util. The suppression nor the decay will keep him back. He grabs an opening.
already passed the nanoswarms. I don't think they expected them to be that deep into the site already. It was a quasi-flood position from the defense, hoping to get in a little bit early. Instead, they've taken a hefty amount of damage, and on the other side, MiniBoo is as fine and dandy as ever. Woot is going to add another to the death toll. This is looking rough for Liquid in the pistol, and they've got to try and get past MiniBoo and the full force of this defense at this stage. The wraparound, okay, it's not pretty, but there's only one man left standing. Serial to do it all, at least with a couple, but the remaining two, they're just playing post.
Yeah, and there's no need to overextend at this point. Serial already low, time on their side. The defuse out in the open. An easy connect as Benji already sees it's not being stuck. Now the time more so in this fake is work towards B. Will they claim the A space or look to take everybody down?
There's multiple layers to the lurk, but at this, okay, at this stage I was going to say they're walking into the stack, but it's MiniBoo that's just been spammed out through the smoke. Extra util becoming problematic to hold them back, and now we finally start to see them make their move. Turret being destroyed, but if anything, that kind of gives the game away that there's still players on that other side of the map. It's an opening pick for Liquid, but
30 seconds left.
They will be having to play versus that post plan. And I actually think this is where, well, that ultimate for Woot can become so much more dangerous if he can catch a couple of players with it.
Spike.
Rotate from Liquid. It's caught Benji at least. The snake in the grass dealt with. Inside the few rifles. Woot not really given an opportunity with everyone coming in up top. Boo does well, finding the first, isolating the second, and the rest of the squad steps up. Thrash will be sent out. paTiTek, he's up top, he's safe and isolating, finds, but Woot from the rope! And even on Haven, but they didn't win a lot of rounds. There were a lot of rounds that came close. Can't count them out.
Okay, maybe there's a chance for paTiTek to get another bite of the cherry.
So,
MiniBoo doesn't seem to want to allow it. I said, if this guy gets going, it really does feel like a done deal, and RieNs just even putting a couple of shots in. They won't get there in time to actually save paTiTek, so he's gone from the fight, but this attack site will have to fall off. The lockdown is going to force them away. One player will get caught, but look at the defense. They've all gathered up together. They are looking to try and fight this, and the attacker just waiting for them here.
they expected it to be a rotation. They thought they'd get... Nice flash. Keiko's going to be swinging, so is Kamo. Good opportunity as they force the fight onto Keiko. Kamo almost had one, but he couldn't quite connect. MiniBoo surviving late is good for the trade, and the off up top picks off paTiTek. That's the A-side hold, crumbled. Nats fills in the gap, but he'll get nothing! Heretics! They are...
Aside a Liquid, the last few seconds.
Falling after, there was no road to recovery. The defenders, 4 players in position. A rifle for Serial, a bulldog for Kamo, but the rest, they've got nothing. And they will be forced into a retake. The site take in full effect. Boo has a Viper's Pit, but it might not even be the round to use it. We'll see.
I think the lockdown was they know that there's a bit of a gamble potentially on this side of the map. In fact, a lot being expended in this scenario. The attack ascending through way more than I would have expected. They even use a Hunter's Fury in the mix. They just want to make sure this round goes over the line. It's not even that much of an investment from the side of Liquid, but it's... And interestingly, a lurk from Wu on the A site. It's not normally the player you'd expect to see, normally the man to plant the spike, but maybe that's the plan, to really sell the ruse. There's still 3 players and a 4th lurking in mid. There is nobody really remaining on this side. That might be because there's an idea to go back. That could be a problem with how far forward Keiko
30
is.
seconds left.
Yeah, I don't know what the play is here. It looks like Heretics pump faking to take light A space. The Woot will be the one lurking up. He's doing that right now, taking that control, sending out Wingman. Is this a fake to drag them off of B? The double fake from Team Heretics? They're not going back. But in fact, Team Liquid have not gone back either. They've not fallen away. Boo goes down, spikes on the floor, picked up, and now an attempt to plant it. It looks like that's a success. 3 versus 4, numbers not in their favor, but MiniBoo manages to pull one back. paTiTek is down, RieNs is low. In fact, he's down and out of the round. It's all on MiniBoo. But a 1v2, a very winnable scenario from what seemed questionable moments. To bait it out, but it was the aggressive position from Keiko that gets them so much control. Now the Viper's Pit. When A has been working, you're going to pop this early, wanting to keep that control. A player pushed up close in it as well is Serial. He's got a gap. He's safe inside that pit for now. And for Team Heretics, getting him out of position, now that that nano is gone, will be tough. They'll be decayed as they make their way in.
Popped his own nano to try and sell the idea that he wasn't somewhere on the site! Oh, that was almost Nat's gone. That would have been the pit down. Instead, they planted just on the edge of it. Boo gone, Woot still standing, hiding on the edge. I don't know how he's still alive, but he's managed to get out of there with full HP. Gives them a man advantage and goes back for more! Woot in form is devastating and Benji holds his back. It's going to be left all up to Serial!
A lot of big rounds.
Pace change. Pressure, so much pressure put onto Camo. He's got Keiko alongside him at least, who has been able to survive and in fact even add another.
Monster on the loose.
Making things at least even after what was an attempted blitz through. Drone going to be put up top. That will give the game away onto paTiTek's position. Means he can't peek, but Nats is already here alongside him. Again, though, Heretics after this blitz have paused.
Yeah, but they didn't get to back yellow. Thrash is now denied. Nats spots there's still one here waiting for that peek, but Woot gets ahead of him. Fires a shot and takes him out, leaving Team Liquid with the disadvantage. Spike to be planted by Wingman. The lockdown not going to put on as much pressure as they would hope. These players safely back in main.
With a lot less ground to fight for, but they try and go ahead of it, but completely blinded is paTiTek. Singular rifle. Flank is everything.
My ult is ready.
Hunter's Fury already bought into play. The turret just playing a tight angle, which will let them know that there's somebody around this position, and Boo is going to go looking for it. The flash leaves him in a bit of an awkward position. Doesn't really have the cover for the team, and RieNs is looking the wrong way completely. 2 big kills coming up for Liquid, but Woot still standing. MiniBoo alongside him, but Woot's doing it all. This man has been an unstoppable force in this first half and still barely taking a lick of damage. Whereas Camo on the other side down to just 10 HP. It's Wu looking to add another ace to the tally.
More in this series. We'll be back with what could be the final half of the lower bracket after this.
Has just been a display in the depth of talent. That talent taken from the tier 2 and lighting up the tier 1. Of course, they're going to go aggressive in the pistol round. Sure, the first kill went Keiko's way, but it's already been a flood back in the other direction. And they're just set up for the retake. A deep alarm bot, which will give the game away.
That's spike, Wings.
And sure, there'll be a plant. What? Camo didn't even get to see anything.
This is truly ridiculous. The pistol now a 4v2. Opening pick went to Liquid. From that moment on, it all went wrong. RieNs sat in the background watching the boys find success. Time and time again on this map, it has gone to Heretics. And once more...
You've spread the risk slightly, but then look at the buy on the other side. They've come in with 5 Bulldogs. They are playing heavy into the rifles, looking to play at range. It's not the prettiest of starts. I don't think Keiko's done well here. In fact, he's done incredibly well. Look at the HP, though.
Yeah, a lot of tags here. Still a chance to pull this back. It's not a standard 4v2. Kamo and Keiko, just one shot needed. But Keiko, he's being the snake in the grass now. He's hiding, holding on to control. They're going to clear him. They're going to clear him. That's another pick now for Heretics. The numbers close to equal. Kamo, one shot. The rest are healthy. And they've recovered some weapons. paTiTek's got a bulldog in hand. Time is ticking away in their favor, and a flash primed and ready for the big swing. The tap now. Oh, it's not even going to come in yet. Oh, great time delay. This is dangerous. That's the rifle. Down and out. Down goes Kamo and Serial. He needs another clutch. He's down to 17 HP, and he's... Nano doesn't activate. They tap the spike. Flash goes up. We might see the round go the other way.
They're doing it again.
Buy enough time.
They've got slightly more to play with, but there's slightly more players sitting in their way. Keiko needs this pick, and he will not get it.
Down B.
They met God Woot once again.
Player standing.
RieNs is there to